Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to the first ever episode of the Peep This podcast. My name is Mulenga Kafwilo and I'm here with...
Chanda Sampa, aka Shizzo.
Yeah, so basically what you guys should expect from the podcast is general entertainment talk, but not just that. We wanted to give a platform for all creators, entertainers, be it musicians, actors, let me just say people in general, even just professionals. We can talk to an accountant, lawyers, everyone to, share the story and have some fun here and there. So um, basically, we're going to give a little bit of an introduction of ourselves and our backgrounds. And I'll let my boy Shizzo start.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Hi to everybody listening to this right now. Thank you for listening, taking the time
Yes,
out of
sir.
your busy schedules to tune in to us. So thank you. Won't let you down. So basically, my name is Chanda Sampa, aka Shizzo. I'm the founder of a media and clothing company called Cultural Stimulation Incorporated. You can find it on all social media platforms, YouTube, all that good stuff. So we have merch. I also have another podcast, but I teamed up with my boy Mulenga to create another podcast because we felt, the culture could use more voices and more input from people who have a little bit of experience and who have people we can talk to. And we just wanted to broaden our horizons, So here we are. That's a little bit about me. I'm sure you get to know more as the show goes on. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Back to you, sir.
So as I previously mentioned, my name is Mulenga. Just a regular guy, by the way. But I've been a hip hop head since I was very, very young. I think 6th grade. That love for hip hop has led me to try and be a rapper at some point.
Me too.
But that failed horribly. So I ventured into more of like the YouTube space. For those of you who actually do know me, I used to make reaction videos. Well, I still do, but I haven't done it in 6 months. So I was mostly known for that. Mildly successful here, there, but yeah. Basically, that's how I figured I could contribute to the culture. It's like, helping artists grow, giving them a platform as well to express themselves and to, become better artists, giving them advice. So, yeah. By day, I am an accountant. By night, I am whatever you want me to be. So
A podcast and YouTuber.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's basically about me.
So in case the people who are listening are wondering, how did you guys come up with this podcast? Because Shizzo says that he's got his media and clothing company. You also have your YouTube channel. Everything's going well, blah, blah, blah. How did you two come together, in case people are wondering?
Well, I would say it was basically like a match made in heaven type thing.
It was organic.
Yeah,
I know
it was
everybody
organic,
says
yeah.
that, but it
That, like,
truly was.
for real though, because I knew Shizzo back when like I used to rap. You know what I mean? Huh? Bro, we've got a song together.
We've got a song
Yeah,
together.
yeah. I knew Shizzo back when I used to rap. So like even when you're in the studio with someone, you have like certain conversations, and you're like, okay, this guy and I have like certain similar interests, right? So I feel like if we had a certain show where we talked about certain things and gave our honest opinions, people would like, you know what I mean?
Gravitate towards
Yeah. So it was more organic. After I came back from SA recently, I had spoken to Shizzo about a show, a platform, you know what I mean? Given him this idea, and he was like, no, I've actually been thinking about the same thing, you know what I mean? And I feel like you and I are like the perfect people to carry this out. You know what I
Because
mean?
we're both hip hop heads and
Yeah.
just music in general.
Yeah, and it's not like we always agree on certain things. We actually do disagree a lot, but
Yeah.
That's what will make the show perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how the idea was born. And this is the first episode, and I'm really, really happy we're finally doing this because we've been putting this off for a very long time.
Since probably June, maybe. Oh, no,
August, yeah.
Since
yeah,
August.
Yeah.
Life happened, but here we are today. here we are today.
Yeah. So, Shizzo,
Yeah.
peep this, bro. Did you hear the DJ Showstar interview with Yo Maps?
No, not really.
Okay, so something interesting came up, yeah?
Uh-huh.
DJ Showstar basically asked Yo Maps, like, yo, how's your album doing? Like, how are the record sales for your albums? Yo Maps was like a bit shifty, you know what I mean, through the interview, but he revealed that he basically sold half of his album to Boomplay for $40,000. Okay? So now my question to you is, do you think that was a good deal on behalf of Yo Maps?
Yes, I would agree with that, because me being a person who's interested not only in the music but the business aspect of things as well, I happen to know that JayZ did the same thing when he sold 1 million copies of his album Magna Carta Holy Grail, 1 million copies to Samsung. So meaning he had gone platinum even before the album came out. Okay. So it's a smart move in that it gives you guaranteed record sales or streams, because obviously the people who Boomplay, the people who bought what did they buy? They
bought half of his album. So basically, they own half of the masters.
Okay.
Yeah,
so I'm sure they're going to want to recoup in some way.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
they're going to promote it in order for it to sell. So the more the album sells, or the more success it attains for Yo Maps and the album in general, is the more success they also gain.
Okay.
And monetary gain as well. But on another side, that's the yes. But for the no, what I think is that my personal opinion is that the music industry in Zambia is non-existent.
Whoa.
And I say this, no offense to all the people in the music industry, but what I mean is this. For instance, if right now, this second, we wanted to find out what's the highest selling album in Zambia, do we have a platform or an office where we could go, where we could see all the record sales documented?
Yeah. Because the closest I've come to seeing such a thing, right, is just like, I think that was like a Wikipedia article on like one of Slap D's albums. There was nothing official, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, no, Slap D sold maybe like 2,000 copies on black and white, no. But there was nothing official. The way Billboard would give you like official statistics of American sales, right?
Furthermore, just besides having like a centralized office of where all the sales are documented, what constitutes platinum, gold, the plaques, doesn't also exist. So what I feel is that for people who are listening to this right now, perhaps they're already established and want to find another way of doing things, or people who are coming up, what I would employ is the direct-to-consumer method, like Nipsey Hussle. So for me personally, with Cultural Stimulation Inc., or Media and Clothing, I employed the business acumen or business aspect of things. I got Nipsey Hussle's model, Dem Dash's model, and Ryan Leslie's model. So basically what they have is a direct-to-consumer.
Okay,
so
but for those who are not familiar with those models, please just elaborate.
Okay. So the direct-to-consumer method of doing business is one where you know every customer by name and you do business directly with them without a middleman. So usually when there's a middleman, you have to pay them a certain fee. They get a certain cut. But with the direct-to-consumer, so for instance, if Yo Maps employed this, and you can use Ryan Leslie as an app called Superphone. You pay them a certain fee per month, and then all the people who subscribe to that phone number, you can hit them directly. So you can tell them, oh, I've got an album coming, and they'll buy it, because the reason why they save their number is because they rock with you already.
So it's like a mailing list.
Yes, but a phone number. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that would help, because this thing of just dropping music and hoping for the best is not a guaranteed way of achieving success. But with a direct-to-consumer, it's more realistic, because if you drop an album, you know, okay, I've got 1,000 fans, 100 fans, 10 fans, whatever that number may be. I have this number of fans who are going to buy. Yeah. You can base it on that. But if sometimes labels can have high expectations and the artist may not deliver and it be considered a flop, but in actuality maybe it wasn't marketed in the right way or to the right people.
But what I feel about like the Zambian industry is that we don't know how to use analytics, right? Because there are simple platforms like YouTube, right?
Yeah.
YouTube itself, bro, is going to give you all the analytics of like the age range of people who are watching your videos, the countries they're from, all sorts of like if they're male or female, you know what I mean? So that you can like focus on your core crowds. You know what I mean? Your Mouse, for example, has been putting music out for some time now, right? So his analytics it will show you like for maybe a year or 2 years, you know what I mean? It will show you like your biggest audience.
Yeah.
So using that method, bro, you can tap into your biggest audience. You know, okay, no, my
audience
biggest
is in Copper Belt.
they're
between
female,
this
between the
age.
age of this and this and this. People don't use that enough in Zambia. I feel like, as you say, they're just putting out music and hoping for the best. But also, now that these certain labels have come into play, I feel like they should get more in touch with the analytics side of things.
I think that's actually the problem.
Yeah.
I think there are artists who employ that method that you speak of. But at the same time, I feel the Zambian music industry has been monopolized or has been made a monopoly, especially with these labels that have come in.
Yeah.
Only a few artists are eating, the ones at the top. So the ones who are savvy enough to go to the brands and explain the analytics are the ones getting the brand deals. That's I feel, in my personal opinion, that's how you would explain why Bombshell is all over the place. Yeah, in my opinion, it seems her music career has
stagnated.
It's been stagnant for a while.
Yeah.
But the brand deals keep coming because she has the analytics and the numbers and the Clios.
Yeah, which is smart on their part. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But I think we're talking to the people who are more at the grassroots.
Yeah.
Because those guys are already eating.
Bro, let me tell you about someone, bro, who's used analytics very well. Mix Kasam. That guy has used analytics, bro, very, very well. He knows his target audience very well. He knows his stuff appeals to the youth. So he talks directly to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And bro, it's working for him.
Yeah.
Wasn't he doing like
He knows his target audience.
Yeah.
Or the so-called quote-unquote Yo Bali.
Yeah.
He's not making content for audiences of, let's say, Zuba or whatever, for the whole family. He has a specific niche or crowd following.
That's why everything that he does is like, it's blowing up, bro. The music, the videos, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything that he's doing, he knows who he's appealing to. Remember, bro, when they're trying to hate on him on Twitter?
Yeah.
You remember?
I remember that, and I personally feel that hate wasn't warranted.
Yeah.
Because that brings me actually to my next point. We've mentioned a few things that perhaps the artists can do to better their business side of their careers. But another part is on us, the consumers. What are we doing to ensure that the artists that we work with are getting successful? They're getting awards, they're in places where they're supposed to be. So I feel that the element of support is also non-existent in Zambia. There has to be a favor attached to it. We don't support our own. We are quick to support a foreign entity than we are quick to support our own.
But bro, do you really think that's on the consumer though? Don't you think the artists should do more for them to be supported?
Yes, but I feel there are artists who've done enough to be supported right now. Yeah, the people who've been grinding.
Like who? Give me an example.
Like for instance, FJ.
Okay.
FJ has been grinding for years and years, from bouncing from being a group, solo artist. He was a rapper. He was a dancer. He was all these things. He's put in his 10,000 hours, if you will.
Yeah.
But he still doesn't get the support that I feel he's warranted for an artist of his stature. This is a guy who's been signed by international labels. He's got international collabs.
Yeah.
He's got everything down pat. But I feel the support from us consumers, if we want our artists to succeed. The only reason why these Nigerian artists are successful, the Davidos and Wizkids, is because they have support from the grassroots. Granted, there are labels who have their hands in their pie and are marketing and pushing for them to be in further corners of the world. But the supporters are the ones who propelled them to that status. So I feel we can do that as well in Zambia. But with Mix, I feel that's what happens.
Yeah.
They build you to
just
a certain point.
Just to tear you down.
You know what I'm saying? When you reach a certain level of success, they'll be like, no, we have to humble you. We have to bring you down. So I feel that's the case with mix, and I feel we have to change our ways if we want to have different results.
And I feel that there's a mentality, bro, with Zambian fans. It's like when you're in Zambia and only Zambians know you, they won't really like rock with you, you know what I mean? But as soon as foreign nations start hitting you up like, no, it's got a deal in South Africa, is this, is that, that's when they'll be like, oh no, that's our guy. Oh well, I'll give you an example of Sampa the Great, right? Yeah. Sampa the Great is a dope artist. Don't get me wrong, she's tough, like one of the best female rappers I've heard in this generation, maybe even ever, right?
Yeah.
But if she was just like a local artist, bro, spitting the way she spits on the same types of beats, bro, none of us would like really, you know what I mean? Well, some of us would, but like very few of us would.
Yeah.
It's because she's got this whole international vibe. Now she's in Australia. She's signed to this record label. She's this, that. You know what I mean? Huh?
Because to ignorant people or ignorant fans, international to them is synonymous with success, and local is synonymous with failure or lower product, and international is like higher or better product, and that's not always the case.
That's true.
So I feel support is something we can improve on, and that's why we have this podcast to try and propel those artists who we feel are putting in the work and they deserve a platform to express themselves.
I feel you. So bro, as we're like coming to the end of 2021, many ups and downs, I want to ask you, like on the music side, both local and international, are there particular projects that you've like really enjoyed? Like your favorite projects, local and international?
I'm a hip hop head, a deep hip hop head. So I'll try and just say things that will sort of drive a conversation. I won't go deep in my hip hop bag. So from a Zambian standpoint, for me personally, I rock with No Producers Allowed joint, which is it's a joint EP, if you will, or mixtape or album by Critic and Dagger.
Bro,
so
I'm ashamed to say I haven't listened to that, though. I really like mess with Critic and Dagger. I know what they can do on a mic, bro, but I haven't listened to it.
And that even goes full circle, because those are two artists who I feel they possess the talent, they've put in the work, but the support just doesn't seem to be there. So those are artists like, you know, they're up there with the top speeders in the country, even in the continent, in the world, even dare I say, but they don't have that support. So that's one of the albums that I rocked with from a local perspective. And Daga was actually one of my inspirations, because being from Lusaka, we looked up to the street bangers.
SB, street bangers.
For you youngsters who may not know, right? Everything that you consider cool, the street bangers invented it.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you're doing, I don't want to mention, but whatever it is that you think is cool, the bangers did it first. So I was privileged enough to see them record and spend some time with them.
You know what's weird is like I've never met any of the bangers, but like I was a fan. I found the music on MySpace. Yeah, bro. So that's how I knew about E-Chronic. I knew about what was Ibrahim's name? Immaculate. Yeah, bro. That's how I knew about the guys, bro.
Dagger.
Dagger. But like, bro, like the way they were spitting even back then.
Shout out. There were two other members as well, because many people only knew the trio of
Dagger,
Immaculate. But there's also Papi and Beast. Who also appear on several of their mixtapes.
Big shout out to them, bro. The ones were rocking before it was mainstream, you know what I mean? Before it was cool.
So, before I say my international album, let me hear your local.
My local, well, it's not an album, it's an EP. It's For the Shimida by The Fake.
The Shimida by The Fake.
For the Shimida.
For the Shimida.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's 3 tracks. Okay? But all the 3 tracks are bangers. Okay, for me, right? Like I'm a fan of like short form, you know what I mean? I'm a fan of like EPs. 3 to 5 tracks, you know what I mean? Give me like 3 or 5 of your best songs. You might have recorded like 10, but pick 3 or 5. And bro, I'll be hooked. You know what I mean? So what The Fake did on that project to me has been underrated because like, bro, that's the hardest duo in the country. Personally speaking, I feel like those guys are way above other artists in Zambia. Just their
Are they better than Chanda and K? Because that's also a duo.
yeah, man.
They're better.
They're better. Okay, wait.
Can I just play devil's advocate?
Sure.
Because I can hear some people. I can imagine some people cringing right now. Oh, these little westernized boys thinking they get
hard, bro. Those guys are hard.
They're like, I'm sure some people are wondering. They may seem or think that it may seem that we don't like local. As in, when they say local, they mean like, you know.
Yeah. No.
Tracks done in local languages. Why is it that we're only selecting albums that were done in English for local? In case somebody's thinking that, what would you say?
Number one, I was like, personally, one of the first people, you can check my Twitter, to like really mess with Chanda Nake. Right? I posted a video of someone dancing to Bella a long time ago. Yeah. Like before anyone knew that. I love those ones. They're hard, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I feel like with the fake, it's the fact that with every project or everything that they put out, they've been able to progress. You know what I mean? They can do like so many different styles. They're diverse. They have a certain ability to pick like really good beats. Yeah. You know what I mean? And even the way they carry themselves and the way they like put their music out, to me is like it's above par. Like it's there are also some people who like really know their analytics. They know their fans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They don't just put music out for everyone.
Do you happen to know their label situation?
I do not, but the last thing that I heard is that they were signed by J-Rocks. That was some time back.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
You've heard that before?
Yeah.
So currently, I don't know what the label situation is. If we could get one of the guys from the fake to like come and clarify that situation, that would be dope.
Yeah.
But
and we will. We're speaking it into existence.
Exactly.
Baby. Yeah.
Exactly. The fake, if you're hearing this, yo. Drop by, bro. But for it, would like an interview.
So now, sorry to interrupt.
Now we don't know the label situation, but I have a feeling we'll find out.
So for my international album, I'm conflicted as I'm about to say this, but for my international album, I'm going with Donda by Kanye West.
Okay.
And the reason why I go for that, there's a plethora of reasons, and I'll bore you. I might bore you. English major, by the way.
Yes, sir. Flex.
But anyway, I think Donda was one of the best, if not the best album of the year internationally. Because there's so many layers to the album. Even when people were comparing it with CLB, I would chuckle and laugh to myself. I'm like, oh, they don't understand the layers.
CLB is Drake's worst project of all time. Let me not lie to you.
This might be a hot take.
It's the most forgettable Drake album ever.
This might be a hot take, but I wouldn't know because I'm not big on Drake.
Nah, please forget, bro. The only song that people remember is Way Too Sexy.
And that's a trash song.
It's a trash, right? Yeah. Wait, relax. So, shoot.
It's trash,
bro.
What are they talking about?
Nah, anything with Future attached can be trash.
Ish. You skip. Nah, Future is trash. Seriously.
Hey, relax, bro.
Okay. Listen. Here's a question, right? If somebody walked into a room and they've never heard of who Future is,
yes,
and you're trying to describe to them who Future is,
and
they asked you, what kind of music does Future make? What would your answer be?
He does druggy music, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not hating. Yeah. I just feel like I'm a type of consumer who enjoys music with substance, and I feel Future doesn't have substance.
Anyway, I get that, right? Yeah. But like, bro, okay, for me, it's not even about like the bars or what. For me, Future has brought something very different to the game. Future has, bro, your boy Kanye West even said this. Future is the most influential artist of this decade.
Yeah, but Kanye makes different music. He can go into the Future bag, but Future can't go in the Kanye bag. That's the difference.
The only difference is Future can produce.
Because Yeah. But who knows? With these days, yeah, he's got production credits on certain songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure he works the boards and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that production where he helped structure and everything.
Okay,
No, don't get me wrong.
Anyway,
Future is a great artist.
yeah, he is.
And he's a successful artist. He's an influential artist.
Mhm.
That I agree with. But me personally, I don't feel his music is something you bump when you're looking for substance.
No, definitely not, bro. Definitely. That's why I like hip hop. It's because like you can bump certain artists when you're looking for certain things, right? So
Yeah.
I'll be sad, right?
Yeah.
And if I want something to uplift me, I'll play it. The comments.
Comments,
Yeah,
he's got the vibes.
Yeah, exactly. You know what
He's
I mean?
got the vibes. But all I'm saying is,
Yeah.
if as a society or as a community, if we were to go somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
if we are to advance and progress as a human species, there's room for all types of music. There's room for Future and whatever conscious rapper you can think of. Lupe Fiasco.
Ooh,
There's room for both.
Mm-hmm.
But what I feel, the people with substance are the ones who should be in the forefront. Because if as we can see, right,
Yeah.
Future is, as Kanye said,
Mm-hmm.
Future is what? The most influential, one of the most
He
influential.
said the most influential.
Yeah,
of this
he's the most
generation.
influential. But what does he influence people to do? Drink lean, pop perks, pop zans, have multiple baby mamas, date girls 10 years younger than you. You see, that's not progressive for the...
I get you.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But then again, that's why we love this Peep this podcast, because we have two different perspectives. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, and we can have intellectual conversation and debate about
Exactly.
it.
You can agree to disagree, bro.
Yeah.
You still have your opinion and you have his opinion. You're still be boys at the end of the day.
So
It's cool.
before we get off track,
Yeah.
let me just get into the Donda bag.
Okay, done.
So basically, according to Billboard,
Mhm.
I'm paraphrasing here, you can correct me in the comments or whatever. Drake sold, I think, 605,000 or whatever he
First
sold.
week?
Yeah, first week.
Okay.
And Ye sold 300 and something thousand. You
Mhm.
see? But peep this, as Mulenga would say.
Yes, sir.
Remember, Kanye had three listening shows, listening albums,
yeah.
right?
I remember there was one in Atlanta,
And
one in Chicago.
two in Atlanta.
Or two in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Oh,
and one in Chicago, his hometown.
Yeah. Mhm.
So now, listen to this. All those 50,000 people who went to each show, right?
Mhm.
They went to listen to the album, right?
Mhm.
And they paid money for that album, right?
Mhm.
So in a sense, isn't that also a record sale? So if you multiply by 3,
Yeah.
then also the album cover.
Mhm.
Okay, I didn't mention this in the beginning, but yeah, you know I'm Chanda Sampa, aka Shizzo. I love art, fashion, music.
Yeah.
So with the art side of things, the album cover, it's what would you say? And
And all.
yeah, the album cover was inspired by Louise Bourgeois' painting. So if you don't know Louise Bourgeois, she's a woman who did very dark art or very sinister art.
Wait. Wasn't the album cover like just black?
No, because now if you look at Kanye, he's an artist. He's actually one of the pioneers of this.
Yeah.
Well, like if you remember with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy,
Yeah.
it had multiple album covers.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that was the case with Donda.
Just
Just as that was the case with Certified Lover Boy. The first one was the flowery, blah blah blah, and then the second one was the pregnant women. But where I was getting at was that Louise Bourgeois' painting that the album was based on was a dedication to her mom, and the painting was actually done in the same year that Kanye's mom died.
Ooh.
And one of her most famous, she's also a sculptor. I love those are my favorite categories of art, by the way, if you are interested. Sculptures and paintings.
Okay.
So yeah, like Bernini and Credo Muto, those are my favorite sculptors of all time.
You're speaking
But-
Chinese.
Now we have to show them the range. The
Yeah.
depth.
No, for sure. Do your thing.
Yeah. So Louise Bourgeois,
Mhm.
the lady who inspired Kanye's album cover for Donda, she has a very one of her most famous pieces was like a giant spider in France, but you can
Okay.
look into that. So that's another layer of things. And then the album, the release parties, the color schemes.
Yeah.
The first one he wore red, I believe. The second one black, and the last one the house. Yo, that whole production was just crazy. That was the best rollout ever in music history. and I don't think it will be topped.
Yeah,
So
because I actually heard like he made a lot of money just off like the listening parties.
yeah,
Yeah. So it was pretty sharp on his part.
but yeah, me being me,
Mm-hmm.
I won't just give it all the praise.
Mhm.
I also have to throw a caution out there that this album was very dark and sinister. Dare I say it was evil.
Really?
There was an element of evil in it. Yes,
How,
there
bro?
was.
I didn't pick that. Maybe I was listening with just like the normal person's ear.
Yeah, because Kanye, what I call him is that he's the leader of, or he's an agent of chaos.
Yeah.
He causes chaos.
Uh-huh.
So Kanye would be like, you're on a journey and you're all lost. And Kanye is the type of guy to be like, no guys, let's go north. I'm telling you, it's north. Then halfway to your destination, he'll be like, no, it's south. It's south. And then he's done that numerous times.
Yeah.
And people still tend to follow him. So he's got this whole persona of, oh, I'm a Christian. But if you really, as they say, the devil is in the details. If you go into the details, I know it's perceived that this is a Christian album. But as I said, look into the album cover, watch the shows, if you're a nerd to that extent. But yeah, I feel Donda was a very strong album.
It was.
The features were crazy.
What's your favorite track on Donda?
And that's why this is the reason, the answer to my favorite song on the album is the reason why it's my favorite.
You don't have a favorite song?
No. My favorite song is called Jesus Lord. It features J Electronica. Part 1 features J Electronica. Part 2 features The Locks, Styles P, Jadakiss, and Chic Lounge.
Shout out.
But why this is my favorite song is that that's how powerful Kanye's music is. Because I'm not even a Christian, but my favorite song is called Jesus Lord. The song was so good, the musicality, everything. So, but yeah, what's your favorite international album?
Again, bro, I'm a short form person, right?
Yeah.
So my favorite project of 2021 international was We Outside by Tory Lanez. 5 tracks, okay? But the thing I like the most about this album, bro, is that people are really, really, really trying to put Tory Lanez down. You know what I mean? They're trying to end his career.
Did he shoot Meg?
I don't think he shot Meg, bro.
He didn't shoot Meg.
I don't think he shot Meg. The facts weren't adding up. You know what I mean? The facts just did not add up, bro. I don't think he shot Meg. He shot Meg, and I never will think that he did. Okay? So anyway, besides that, bro, from that time that he's been accused of shooting Meg, the guy has come out with nothing but fire, bro. Nothing but fire. What was that 2020 joint, bro, the album? Daystar. Oh, Lord.
Where he explained the whole Meg
debacle. He was rapping, bro. You know what I mean? Obviously, because of the Meg situation, he won't do that well with record sales. You know what I mean? He won't be nominated for awards. And
he won't get love from the industry.
He won't get love from the industry. You know
the
what
media
I mean?
will cover him in a biased,
if they even cover him at all. You know what I mean? So if you actually take time to listen to the music, just the music, like without the bias, Tory Lanez is hard. Tory Lanez is one of the best artists in the industry, bro.
Yeah, he's very diverse.
He's diverse.
He can produce, sing, direct.
Exactly. Freestyle. Because bro, Tory can do everything, bro. But because of like the way the media is covering him and all the negative attention that is getting, I feel like he had one of the best projects, bro, this year. You know what I mean? Huh?
Yeah.
It wasn't even like his deepest projects
at all.
Yeah, but like just the way that he was rapping, the cadence on the whole album, bro. Tory's hard.
Even his consistency is one thing to applaud.
Exactly, bro. He's dropped like R&B albums, hip hop albums. He's just so diverse. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
So
you can also comment and tell us what were your favorite international local albums of 2021. But yeah, 2021 has been what word is that? Tumultuous year.
What does that mean?
Nah, look it up. But
tumultuous.
Yeah.
Word of the day.
So besides music and on a personal front, what would you say have been the highlights of the year for you?
Yo, that's a good question, bro. To be honest, this is like a bit personal, like really personal. I actually learned how to trust again this year.
Ooh,
yeah, man.
Them heartstrings now, are we?
Like it's for me, it's always been like a situation where I would maybe even get into a relationship. You know what I mean? But like,
Oh, so the trust you speak of is
like I mean, trusting
relation to a
yes,
woman?
in a relation to a woman. Like for so long, maybe like even close to like 10 years.
you ain't working out.
Yeah. Still you.
Anyway,
For like almost 10 years, bro, I haven't been able to like fully trust someone. You know what I mean? Because there's a point in time where I experienced like multiple heartbreaks, one after the other. Right? It's deeper than like male female relationship. It comes from like my parents.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's everywhere.
Yeah. So for me, like, from the issue that happened to my parents, which of course I'll talk about one day, to me growing up at a lodge where I see people like cheating on almost every day.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Huh? So it's been very, very difficult for me to like not have trust issues when I enter a relationship. It's something I've tried to ignore for a very long time, but I feel like this year I actually made like a breakthrough. You know what I mean? My current partner has really, really helped. You know what I mean? She's been amazing, incredible, and like, not to say it's been a perfect relationship, but the downs have actually made us stronger. They've made me realize that no one will be perfect. You know what I mean? But you just have to live with certain things. You know what I mean? And trying to improve on them. Yeah. So that's actually how you begin to trust someone. Because if you're thinking, no, my partner is going to be perfect. Oh, it's Prince Charming, bro. Okay. You find that shit out the hard way, bro.
So how did you go about regaining this trust? Did you have to first self-reflect, or was it your current partner? What?
No, it was a lot of self-reflection. I think I just reached the stage where I said, okay, like, I want to be happy, right? And I know that if I don't like get out of this show, if I don't like leave the trust issues, I would actually never be happy. You know what I mean? So I think it just came at the right time with the right person, and a lot of self-reflection and unlearning certain things. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just been a year of mainly unlearning, because there's certain concepts that I had in my head that played a role in me not being able to trust a woman. Yeah.
Damn, that's deep, bro.
Yeah, bro. And I'll ask you the same question, bro. What what have you learned personally? Like, what's been the highlight of 2021?
The highlight for me has been getting my feet wet in the entrepreneur waters.
Nice.
So I finally registered and launched my business venture, which is
yeah.
cultural stimulation media and clothing. You can look it up on all social media platforms. It's actually Cultural Stimulation Inc. And I have to say, honestly speaking, it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life.
Word?
Yeah, I say that because one of the biggest realizations I had in 2021 was that I'm actually alone in this world. Now, I know what you can say. Others will say, oh, no, but what about your family? What about your friends? No. You're alone.
Yeah, alone.
So that realization, it helped. I channeled that energy into just trying to build myself a sustainable business, stroke media company, clothing company. And that's where some of the eggs are in that basket for now. Yeah. Okay. So that was the biggest highlight for me.
So like, as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, what advice would you give like someone who's trying to become an entrepreneur? You know what I mean? Say maybe someone is considering whether they should take the 9-to-5 route or take the entrepreneur route. What would be your advice?
I think my advice would be, you first have to figure out what kind of a person you are. Because the entrepreneur lane is not for everyone.
True.
Just as the 9-to-5 lane is not for everyone.
True.
So for me, I'm a person who prides myself on freedom and happiness. Those are the things that I want in life. I don't want material things.
Yeah.
Now, granted, others might say I'm saying that because maybe I grew up privileged. I went to private school, yes, and I had certain privileges in life. But through those experiences, it led me to know that you can have material things and not still be happy. So at first I used to equate happiness and success with material things, but the level of thinking that I am at this point in life, I just want to attain happiness, freedom, and peace. That's what I want from life. So I had to have an honest conversation with myself and analyze my life. What kind of a person are you? And I came to the conclusion that the 9-to-5 route is not me, because I pride myself on freedom. That being said, you're alone, as I said, on this journey. You don't expect people to support you, whether it's family members, parents. You're on your own. So you have to be ready to take that lonely, long walk. Yeah. So know the kind of person you are. Know what you're doing. Plan as well. Because for me, cultural stimulation was... the inception of it was actually 2018.
Okay.
So I'm 3 years deep.
Damn.
But on the outside, it looks like I haven't done much. Yeah, but to me, it's a lot. And I was happy while doing it. So that's what I look up to. Those are my inspirations. Just going back to what we were saying about Future. Those rappers who listen to Future, they Pop Perks, Lean, Pop Zannies. Then me, I listen to rappers like Nipsey Hussle, JayZ, Sci-Hi the Prince. And what did I do? I opened a business.
Nice.
So that's what I mean about listening to people with substance. If you're listening to Meg the Stallion and Cardi and Meg, you will learn how to twerk quite alright. You will learn how to get rich men to date you, but you won't be Dambisa Moyo. You won't marry a billionaire. You won't be Oprah Winfrey. You won't be a billionaire. But if you want to be a billionaire, listen to Oprah, not Meg. But if you want to know how to twerk, listen to Meg or Cardi. So yeah.
Okay, I will disagree with you.
I know what people say. No, but Rihanna twerks and she dated a billionaire.
No, I'm not even going to say that, bro. But like, I think there are certain people out there who are able to differentiate between the music that they listen to and the actual lifestyles. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I know that music does have a direct influence on you, right?
Yeah.
But there are certain billionaires out there who will tell you, "Oh, I actually listen to Meg." You know what I mean? There are certain people who have made millions, certain women who have made millions that will tell you, "Oh, like I'm a Cardi B fan." You know what I mean?
I would argue with that. Most likely the billionaires who say I listen to Meg or I listen to Cardi would probably be like Lucian Grange, like the CEO of Universal, because he makes money off them.
I get you.
Yeah, but I was just trying to make a point.
Yeah,
I was just trying to make a point. I didn't mean to say Meg and Cardi are bad or whatever. Yeah, on weekends you can turn up or whatever. But all I'm saying is that if you want to be a person of substance, you have to listen and what can I say? Okay, it's like what you put in.
Yeah, garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah. So if as he said it, well put. But another thing I wanted to ask was what do you have to say about the new president?
Our president, HH?
Because there was this storm where everybody was, get this guy out. Because they didn't like the previous guy. Now there's a new guy and people are optimistic. So what are your thoughts on the new president? What do you expect? If you expect anything at all?
I mean, like any other president, right? He made promises. Okay. But like any other president, again, he's not going to manage to fulfill all the promises that he made, right? For me, I'm giving a bit of time, some leeway, okay? But at the end of the day, I know, right? There's something that I know about like leaders in general or just politics in general. Like these guys are not the bosses. You know what I mean? bro.
Expand.
Look, I'll expand. I'll give you an example of like ECL.
Yeah.
Right? ECL, we know who his bosses were. It was the Chinese. Right? ECL was literally working for the Chinese. Right? For HH, it's the Europeans, it's the white people.
Americans.
The Americans, yeah, you know what I mean? So he's been going to all these countries and getting funding and whatnot, you know what I mean? So obviously he's going to have to implement certain things that they want him to implement. I don't know what those things are, but for me, right, if we as a country benefit economically, I'll be okay. That's just as far as I'm going to put it.
Uh,
I just expect the economy to, like, you know what I mean, to be boosted.
Can I challenge you on that?
Sure.
Because a lot of people have heard this rhetoric where
Mhm.
people say, "Oh, HH is a good businessman,
Mm-hmm.
so he's also going to run the country,
Like a business.
yes, and efficiently."
Mm.
So my problem is this: when the economy is good, it doesn't necessarily mean the people of that country are good.
Not necessarily.
What I mean by that is this, right?
Mm.
Let's say if the whatever kwacha to dollar exchange rate,
Mm-hmm.
maybe when HH came, hypothetically,
Yeah.
don't quote me,
Yeah.
maybe if it was 15 kwacha,
Mm-hmm.
then by the time he leaves office, it's 10 kwacha.
Mm-hmm.
He's improved it. But that doesn't mean that the Zambians in the grassroots or at the bottom line, their
Mhm.
lives have improved. So for you in town, bread is maybe 20 kwacha.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Bread will never be 18 kwacha. It will
Yeah.
never reduce. So imagine the people who have less in the rural areas. Because
Yeah.
if we're being frank, majority of Zambia is rural areas and what the whites may call illiterate.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call it that because it doesn't mean somebody's illiterate just because they can't speak a certain language.
They're differently literate.
Yeah. So my whole thing is this. As Zambians, what we failed to address since 1964,
Mm-hmm.
and bear in mind, I'm a guy who has a company called Cultural Stimulation. So that's why I'm going where I'm going.
Uh-huh.
I'm all about the culture and Africa and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So we don't address the problem. The problem is we have PTSD, the whole African continent,
Mm-hmm.
post-traumatic
Stress disorder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that emanates from colonization. So we
Yeah.
haven't even addressed that.
Mm-hmm.
That your culture was stripped from you, that your official language is English.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
Yet you have like 70 something languages in your country.
and tribes.
Yeah, tribes.
So that's one thing we haven't addressed.
Mhm.
And we still smile with these people. Former presidents of ours
Mm.
have even gone to have tea and crumpets with the Queen after she colonized us for Lord knows how many years.
Yeah.
That's how nonchalant we are about the whole thing.
Yeah.
We haven't addressed the issue. That's one.
Mm.
Then two, you also have to understand the system that's at play here. So hear
Okay.
me out.
Uh-huh.
Back then, our ancestors used to live in what was known as tribes or
Mhm.
communities. So what would happen is that this tribe would appoint leaders, and those leaders would make decisions on behalf of the tribe.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
So each tribe had different laws and customs
Yeah,
that they lived by.
Yeah.
Then, at some point in history, all those tribes were grouped together and they came to make what we now know a nation, which is a grouping of different tribes.
Okay.
So, like Zambia is a nation.
Mm-hmm.
Hence, fourth, you have different tribes.
Yeah.
Tonga, Bemba,
Lozi,
yeah. Then, later on, all those nations became grouped into what was known as continents.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it goes on and on. So that also apply that to the organizational and governmental structure.
Mm.
The tribes, the members of the particular tribes that used to make decisions were part of the tribes. You see, so
Wait, say that again.
the members of the tribes
Uh-huh.
that were appointed
Yes.
to make the rules and customs
Yes.
of that particular tribe
Uh-huh.
were part of the tribe.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is, if they say they make a rule, for instance, or you
Mhm.
can't kill more than 4 chickens
Mhm.
in a day in this village,
Mm.
right? Even him, he had to follow. Whoever
Yeah,
the
yeah,
leader
yeah,
was,
yeah,
he
yeah.
or she had to abide by that because they live within. So everybody says, but you're killing 4 chickens.
Yeah.
Then if there's injustice, they would kick him out.
Mhm.
But now, the amount of people that have been managed has grown exponentially.
Mhm.
So that means the people who make these decisions are upstairs. You don't see them,
Mm.
is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
So the person who makes decisions on behalf of a so-called nation, the
Mhm.
groupings of tribes, who is the so-called president,
Mhm.
he's not in touch with what all the tribes want and their grievances.
I see,
He only favors those that are going to bring him the votes. So Zambia is a country of 17, 18 million people,
Mhm.
but yet people were cheering. Yes, this was the biggest turnout at the polls, and it was like 3 million. So what about the other 15 million? Did you hear them out? You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand the system
I get you, but like for the other 15 million, right? They
Uh-huh.
had an opportunity to be heard out.
Okay, here's
They would
a
have
question.
registered to vote, right?
Let's apply common sense. Is there, I don't know, but correct me or answer me. Is there any party manifesto of any of the, is it 15, 16 parties that were contesting for the presidential seat of Zambia? Is there any party manifesto that's translated in all the languages in Zambia so that they should address the voters in those remote places?
I can't be able to agree or disagree.
Yes.
Because I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would assume there isn't. You know why? Because they don't care about those people. All they care about is the taxpayers, those who live in Copperbelt and Livingstone and Lusaka.
Yeah.
So you have to understand what's going on here. HH is the manager, or the president is the manager. Because, how can you talk about the president? But, it's a democratic country, since you believe in that. And don't get me started on what the word democracy means. We'll save that for
another time. Yeah.
But, yeah, basically, this guy is the manager. If you think he's the boss, answer this. When World Health Organization passes laws on how to combat the COVID-19 virus, do you think HH can speak against them?
How, bro? Those are the people who are, you know what I mean, at the top. Those are their bosses.
So he's not the boss.
Bosses.
He's the manager.
Yeah.
Or basically, just to wrap it up with this is the best answer I can give. Presidents are not there to serve the citizens of a country. Presidents are there to make sure the systems that the former colonizers left are still in place.
Damn.
That's the president's job.
Hot take. Very, very hot take, bro. Sizzling.
Nah, but yeah, we gotta tease you. We have to go now, cause
Yes, it's getting late and shit. But that was like the first episode. We are definitely going to be dropping episodes weekly. Expect to catch us probably, I don't know, we'll set a date, but as time goes by, we expect to make it a bit more structured, and with your input, you know what I mean, we'll make the show much, much, much better. So guys, keep listening. Thank you for listening to the first episode in its entirety. Yeah, we really, really do appreciate you. And
once again, this was the Peep, this podcast from myself, Chanda Sampa, aka Shizzo,
and Mulenga Kafwilo.
Now, but as just to add on to what my colleague said, this was episode 1. We're just bouncing all over the place. Obviously, we did that. There's a method in the madness.
Of course,
we've spoken about a variety of things. So perhaps if there's something that you gravitate towards to more, you can hit us up or let us know. Then maybe we'll allocate a larger portion of the podcast to that segment that you rock with. But we didn't mean to bounce all over the place. It's we're just finding our feet. You heard?
Of course. First episode. So you have to pardon us.
But episode 2 coming soon. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Salutations to everybody listening. Thank you for your support and your hate. Because the haters are important. Just because we're hip hop heads. We can't do an episode without quoting a rapper. Casper Nyoves said on the song, "I hope you bought it." Whoever thought that I would make it this far, but those who hated. So it means they saw potential in the boy and they delayed him. So that means people who see potential in you are going to try to slow you down. So if you have haters, that means you're doing something. Because why are they trying to slow you down? They've seen something. Yeah, so we appreciate the hate as well. But we want the love more.
Yeah, bro. I guess that's it, bro.
All right. Peep this podcast episode 1.
Done.